A report 6 months in the making by a Brazilian Senate committee will recommend that President Jair Bolsonaro be indicted on criminal charges of bungling the country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and pushing the country's death toll to second highest in the world. In the committee's so-called G7 group of senators who aren't from Bolsonaro's base, 3 opposed inclusion of the homicide and genocide charges, according to 5 committee members who agreed to discuss details of the sensitive talks only on condition of anonymity. Media reports early Wednesday said those charges will be removed from the final report. Analysts said it was unclear whether the recommendations would lead to charges against the president. That would be a decision for Brazil's prosecutor-general, who was appointed by Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro has denied any wrongdoing, and repeatedly accused the investigation of being a political instrument aimed at sabotaging him. Critics have denounced Bolsonaro for downplaying the coronavirus severity, ignoring international health guidelines on masks and other social restrictions, touting unproven treatments and delaying the acquisition of vaccines. Anger over the president's stance prompted creation of the Senate committee in April, which has investigated allegations that Bolsonaro's management of the pandemic caused many of Brazil's more than 600,000 deaths from COVID-19. The draft report of nearly 200 pages was written by Senator Renan Calheiros, who was scheduled to present his much-anticipated final version Wednesday to the 11-person committee. The document has to be approved by the committee before being sent to the Office of the Prosecutor General, who would decide whether to carry forward the investigation and perhaps pursue charges. In Brazil, members of congressional committees can investigate but don't have the power to indict. Regardless of the exact content of the report's final version or whether the Prosecutor General moves forward, its allegations are expected to fuel criticism of Bolsonaro, a far-right populist whose approval ratings have slumped ahead of his 2022 re-election campaign. The major impact of the investee. In its current shape, the draft report concludes that the government deliberately exposed the population to a concrete risk of mass infection, influenced by a group of unofficial advisors who advocated for pursuing herd immunity even after many experts said that wasn't a viable option.